Greetings, my name's Rich. Thank you for tuning in here. This is Classic Games Redefined with another video. Classic Games Redefined with another video. What we have here is Bacterion, the Plague of 2369. We could play Guess What Arcade Game This Rips Off. And doing that, I give it away. There was an arcade game back in the day. I believe by Cinematronics. Hang on. Rip off arcade. Let's see who worked on it. Cinematronics in 1980. Go look it up. It's like rip dashed off or rip off, and this is what it was. This type of game, which also the basic idea here manifested in King Ing Balloon by Namco, it's a shmup. It's a shooter. The difference here with this is that you have an unlimited number of lives, but then you go, well, there was Wario platformers, we get through and do it. But how is there a challenge? Well, you're a defender. I think another game that used that was the Xbox 360 PS3 game Superman, where I believe you had unlimited lives. I could be wrong, and that's irrelevant to the point. But anyhow, what you're doing here is you're playing a defender. And we can put a two-player simultaneous by hitting that. And we will hit this. And this is my ship. It will come in. And what I do is I fire. And these guys like to fire lasers. So what I want to do is I'm defending these cells here. And what I want to do here, I had this freeze up before I shot the video and did it. And then also kicked in Axis Assassin, which I was showing. Because I switched OS. We're running this in OS B. And there isn't going to be a manual because this was an analog computing game. Again, as I mentioned in other videos, what analog was noted for is to rip off arcade games. They actually clones wannabes, they actually knew a game was, and they did their own thing. And probably, I don't know how many people saw this. Apparently, my quick look just then. Rip off dated back to 1980. See, I can lose my ship here. And did it. It doesn't put the score on the screen, but comes back here and shows what we're doing. And then the screen changes color, and these will get harder. And different guys will come out. I don't know if they have different attack patterns, but what you're seeing here is it. It's more and more of this, so different flavor aliens come into play. And if I shoot here, it'll, like, wiggle around randomly, which I guess is a play balance. So, yep. So here we go. Hopefully we'll get live wire to work, too, which is Tempest. And here we go. Yeah, these were a big deal. You'd love certain games in the arcade, and Analog would do a publication like every month or so, I believe, and they would come across, and then you'd order. You could do this big, long data entry thing where you would also type in like numbers 1 to 255 and put it as a base program. It would assemble the assemble code, run check some errors, and you try to do it, and that took hours. Using my Atari 400 keyboard to do that, and it was, you want fries with that. It was a kiosk type thing with actually real buttons, and then we got an Atari 800 XZ. Was it XL? I think it might have been an XL, 800 XL, which I had, and this is one of the games I had when I had the script. Watch, they'll start taking these soon, and he wants to shoot me, and they're descending. Look at him, he's trying to take it. He's going to go with that formation there, so. And we'll keep playing. And two-player simultaneous also, which is interesting. I'm not doing that. I'll have a second person here. And the way the emulators are generally set up anyway, and even in an archive website, you don't have the second controls. What they do, it's interesting that on an archive website, and we'll have a link to this below, you can play it there, is that all the controller ports have the one controller plugged in. So I was playing Dandy Dungeon and have 4 players at once. Moved them like my own little patrol, my own little brigade type thing, or actually company. It's not even company. Platoon. My little platoon. See, look at the little guy. He's going out of there. That will stay there, and these guys want to go across and take this out. So, team score. You can play cooperatively. And they're going to keep coming in. And we'll keep going. Actually, I think this is going to take a little while, but it might have a cascade effect where all of a sudden I lose everything. Thing is, I go through this in fire, I end up changing the angles, so, which is interesting. You can't sit on top of one of these. And we got that there. He's hovering. Okay. Hey, you guys are not stealing my cells. I'll leave that out there as bait. Now we're probably going to get a cascade foon here. Come on! Okay, it's starting to run a fever. Now it's turning blood red. Maroon. And they will shoot lasers, as you saw there. They just... Hello. And we're going down, and... Yeah, I remember seeing this game. It says, oh, yeah. They definitely specialize in that. They were supposed to come out with Arcade and Quantum, which is a lasso game. And then Sega did the Knights game, which follows the same technique, where you do a lasso and everything gets destroyed. And then he was working on a game called Tachyon, which I was so much wanted because I really liked it in the arcade. I was not good at it, but it stood out as unique, so... So he had that Tachyon and never got released, so... He shot me with the laser and run into him. Ah, he shoots the lasers. Thing is that... Hello. Hey! He walked off. That's another thing. Let them, if they're going to go north and stuff, you can pay attention to the way they come in. I don't have tactics. I'm just playing this pure choice. And you can hover around here. Hey, you. Hey, what are you doing? Going off this... Get back here. They're ripping it off. We're pressing on. And analog computing again, as I said earlier. We're going to build ourselves our guard tower. Hey, he came across and he hate me. Come on. There we go. Yeah, they had a different pattern than that Y in Rip-Off. Had a little bit different. We'll go up. Hey. Okay. Now we're in the green. It's going to probably pick up like crazy fairly soon. Believe Rip-Off also appeared on the Vectrex, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm not going to be annotating these videos. It's just when you put up like 30 plus during a week, you know, you don't get a lot of views. It's kind of like they dribble on, like somebody 4 months will watch this video. And something happened. Oh, see, what it was is I actually have the fire... I have a pause button mapped. Number 2 is that, so... That's interesting. If I hit the button, I can pause it and see what my score is like that. So, that's what we're doing. Evil thing. Yeah, this is... Now the cascade happens, they're going to really go in, and it ends quickly. I remember one thing playing Defender. You had certain games. I remember a guy worked Defender 2000 and stuff. Jeff Minter. I remember on the internet forum, I said, why didn't you make it more like that there? I complained it took off too fast. Didn't know what it was, but you had a game here where you tilt, and all of a sudden, just the walls break in and everything falls apart. We're hitting an end game here. They're getting fixated. You know, I could have saved myself. Let them bring south, and we're down to 1. This guy he was hanging. Okay. See. Now they double team me. You evil! It's going to be over. So. That's it. How long we go for? Jeez, about 10 minutes. Probably a little bit longer we should have, but I hang on. It started getting hectic. As I said, you hit a place and then you hit the wall, and bam, everything falls apart after that. So anyhow, that's Bacterion, and feel free to check it out in an archive website. And analog stuff is relatively good. So, okay. I do want to thank you for watching, and may your die always roll 5.